everybody. Well, happy April to everybody. I'm back from my trip. I had an absolutely amazing time. I went with my daughter, as I said, for her graduation present, and we went off to London. So I'm going to do a slideshow at the end. I took a lot of pictures to share with you, and if you watch till the end of the video, you'll get to see some of the pictures that I took of our trip. So the purpose of our trip was mainly to do theater. My daughter is a huge theater buff. She's a singer, and we have, as you know, gone back and forth and did different shows in New York. We of course go in Boston whenever our show is available, and I've been to London before, and I really wanted her to go to London with me and experience London theater, which is really absolutely amazing. So we went off together. We had an absolutely fabulous, fabulous time. I can't say enough about London. If you have never been, you definitely have to put it on your list to try and get there. The history of London, the museums, the theater, the shopping, and most importantly the people. I have to say, of all the places that I've traveled around the world, London is definitely at the top. The people are just absolutely amazing there. The best part of all of it, or not the best part of it, one of the best things about it is actually the cabs. Now, for all of you that are either from Boston or from New York or perhaps even other places in the States and have to take a cab from time to time, you'll know what I'm speaking about. Basically, to get a, I'm not even sure that you need what type of license you need. You need a certain license to have and own a cab, but as far as to be able to drive one, I'm not really sure what the qualifications are. Usually when you get into a cab, you assume that there are no qualifications because they generally don't know where they are, or they don't know where they're going, they don't know the names of the street. The last time my daughter and I were in New York, we actually had a cab driver that we gave him the name of the hotel, and he must have asked, I don't know how many times, what it was, where it was, and I looked up, I gave him the address, and he drove us actually to like the end of the street that the hotel was on, stopped on the other side of the street and said to us, the hotel is down there. And so I looked at him and I said, I don't think, I mean, I really would like you to take me to the hotel, not tell me like the vicinity of the hotel, but there was no way. He wasn't doing it. That was as far as he was going to go. I'm not really sure why. And he let us off. Well, in London, you actually have to have incredible knowledge to be a cab driver. You have to study quite extensively, and you have to take an exam. So there was not one cab that we went into that we didn't ask either the name of a place or a street or a vicinity, that they knew exactly where it was and how the best route to get there. It was absolutely the most amazing thing. And then of course, besides that, the cabs are phenomenal. Now there are some of those cabs that they've brought over here to the United States, you know, those larger sort of, I don't really know how to describe them, but you'll see pictures also. And so the cabs are immaculate. They're just absolutely amazing. They're also handicap accessible, which is phenomenal. And of course, the only funny thing for us is the fact that the steering wheel is on the other side. I won't say the wrong side, because if you're there, it's the right side. And for us, if you're here, our left side is the right side, but it's on the opposite side. So it's a little funny to, as you're driving around and you see what, from our standpoint, what we think is either no driver on the left side or somebody sort of sleeping on the left side as opposed to paying attention to the traffic, because of course their person driving is on the right side. And the only other difficulty for us, and I think for a lot of people because they actually had it painted on the streets, is whether to look left or right. Because one afternoon as I looked to my left to see if there would be oncoming traffic, which is what there would have been here in the States, and I said to my daughter, oh, nobody's coming, and I proceeded in, and she of course started to hyperventilate and was going, look to your right, look to your right, look to your right, because I didn't realize I should have been looking to my right, because that's where the traffic was coming from. And not only was there traffic, but there was one of those huge double-decker buses coming like right at me, and she pulled me back. And then she said, look down. As I looked down, as I said to you, they actually had huge writing on the street that said, depending on which side you were on, look to the left, look to the right. So I guess I wasn't the only person that has made that mistake. But anyways, that was the only sort of funny part of getting around. But getting around was absolutely phenomenal. It was very easy. We were in the West End of London, which is pretty much where the theater district was, so we were able to walk around to a lot of places. We really lucked out weather-wise. It was sunny. It was mid-50s. Which was really, really nice. So we didn't, you know, we weren't really heavy boots or coats or sweaters or anything like that. So it was really nice to be able to travel around when you're not carrying such heavy, you know, winter garments with you. So we just, you know, we did the normal tours. Again, you'll see the pictures at the end of in the slideshow of what I took, and we just had a lot of fun. So, of course, this is a makeup channel, so I did have to go and look at makeup, and one of the first stops that I looked at was actually Superdrug, because I'd heard so many different people speaking about Superdrug and the different makeups that are available, and of course I did go in and I did buy a few things. The first thing that I bought is a palette from Sleek. I think it might be one of their newer ones, although I'm not really sure. It's their peach palette. I think it's called Paraguaya. I'll show you the box so you can see. And it's beautiful colors. Now, there are a lot of really sort of orangey, peachy colors that I don't use as much of, but there were some other really nice colors, and I really felt that if I was able to, I'll do a picture up close and also swatch them up close for you at the end. So I felt that, you know, maybe I could play around with them and really try them out, because some of the lighter colors and the browns are really pretty. So I got that to test. And then I had to go, of course, and check out the famous MUA shadows, the ones that are a pound, which is basically like $1.65 to $1.80 American dollars, depending on where you have your money changed. And there's some of the most beautiful colors. Now, I haven't tried these out. I've just started to experiment with them. So I don't want to really do a review, but I did want to share with you what I purchased and the colors. And again, I'll put the colors at the end so you can see them. But this is one of, as you know, one of my favorite colors for the summer. And I just couldn't resist trying those out. Really pretty. Let me just swatch one so you can see. They are really well pigmented. It's just I don't know yet how well they'll blend and pretty much how well they'll wear during the day. So I really want to try those out for a couple of days first before I tell you what I think of them. But here's another gorgeous color that I picked out. You can see I'm really ready for the spring and the summer, even though we've had snow here. Yep, that's the kind of springs that we have here. I picked out sort of a lighter color, so, you know, for blending out in case some of those other colors were too strong, and of course for like under my brow for highlighting. And then the last color that I picked out is a really deep purple color. And I thought that I would be able to, with those four choices, really be able to test them out and see how well I like them. And of course, if I do, I'll have to be ringing up some of my UK friends and seeing if they can get me some more. And the last thing that I purchased that I have been trying, and I can tell you that I really like a lot, is one of the baked blushes from Accessorize. And this is a merged blusher in number 2 Starlet. And I love this. This is a phenomenal, you know what, I'll get my slip out also and try to put prices down below so you can sort of get an idea of how much these items cost. Really, really love this color. It's got this really like a lighter pink and a darker pink and some sort of like a gold. But it doesn't really come out as gold. It comes out really as a sort of pinkish highlighting type of color. Really, really pretty. I'll put a picture at the end. And this one is really a huge winner for me. I love this a lot. This is really great and really reasonably priced also. So the last thing that I purchased is not makeup. I purchased a bracelet. I went to the Links of London counter in Harrods, and for those of you that have not been to Harrods, that is definitely something that you have to go to when you are in London. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal place. I'm sure most of you know it's owned by the Fayed family. That's the gentleman whose son was engaged to Princess Di, and they were killed together. Just an amazing store. There's actually a commemorative area downstairs that has a picture of Di and of Dodi, I think his name was, and then has the engagement ring that he had made for her. And that's an amazing ring. I did take some pictures. I'm not sure how well they're going to come out, but I will put them in the slideshow at the end. So that's amazing to see. But Harrods itself is it's just a phenomenal place. There's just so much. You could probably spend a week going back and forth to that store and not really get to every single section of it. There's just so much. It's so huge. It's just unbelievable. But I did go over to the Links of London counter, and I'm pretty sure Links of London is available online and perhaps even in other places besides London. And I wanted to get a charm bracelet. Now, I have a charm bracelet from when I was a little girl, and I actually was saving it in hopes that someday I'll have a granddaughter. My daughter wasn't that interested in it, and so we decided together that we would keep it in hopes that someday I'll be able to pass it on to the next generation. But I wanted something fun. I didn't want a real gold one. I actually got a rose-colored bracelet, but it's not real gold, and I wanted something, you know, fun that I could put some different charms on. So this is the bracelet that I got, and they're sort of like a bunch of little rings. They're on like a plastic, you can see that, like a band that stretches, so it's really easy to go in and on. And it has several places along the bracelet where you can put charms on, and then of course you purchase the charms that you want. They have just a ton of different charms to pick. So I of course picked 3 because you guys know, or you'll know now, that 3 is my favorite number. And of course the charms that I picked, which I don't think you'll be surprised about. The first one is a pocketbook. The next one is actually a bag from Links of London. And the last one is, come on, you know what I'm going to show you. I just showed it to you in a necklace. A shoe. So absolutely love it. I love the way it wears. It's really nice. I can take off, it's very simple to take off the charm. So I can wear 1 charm or 2 charms. I can get other charms if I want to, and I just really love it. Links of London is a really nice company. They really make really nice items. Now they do make this in silver, and they do make it also in solid gold, so you can go from even less expensive. This was sort of mid-range in the range of bracelets. You can go from a lower priced, mid-price to, of course, a very expensive price. But I just absolutely love the bracelet. Again, I'll put pictures at the end, and I really liked it. So that's it, everybody. I hope you guys had a great end of the month in March. Hope you're enjoying April. We had a little bit of a snowstorm here in Boston again, and hopefully this is finally it. I know you guys will remember that I was sort of complaining in December that we didn't have snow yet. Well, you know, be careful what you ask for, because we definitely got, I think, maybe 83 or 85 inches of snow this winter, and of course right through the beginning of April, which is definitely unusual, but what can you do? I'm getting together the items for my 3,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm just about maybe 35 people away, I think, so it's almost there. Hopefully within the next week or so I'll get that up, and then I have a few other things planned that, so I'll see you soon. Take care, everybody.